Hi, I'm Leslie Uppinghouse. I'm one of the horticulturists from the Lady Bird Johnson Wildflower Center, and today I want to talk to you about container plants. Containers are a great asset to any garden that you have if you have a nice big yard, but they're also terrific if you live in an apartment or in a small space. They're wonderful for decks. They're wonderful around the pool side, but there's a couple of tips that I can give you to make the most out of the containers that you use. Here in Central Texas, there are several things to consider first and foremost. Firstly is the heat. So any container that you have outside in the Central Texas sun, you'll want to make sure is a nice thick pot of clay or ceramic. You'll want to stay away from metal or plastic. You can do metal in shadier areas, but if you do have small children, you'll want to be careful about metal with small children in the hot sun. I have a variety here of clay plots. The other thing you want to think about is scale. So think about the space that you have and how much room you have to put it, and choose your plants appropriate to both the space that you have and the container. I hate to see great big pots with tiny little plants or teeny tiny plots with great big plants. So as you can see from the variety of the pots here, I have plants that are basically going to handle the space, but I have a lot of variety. So don't skimp on variety and don't skimp on fun. The third tip is you're going to want to look at the soil requirements and the water requirements and put those plant groupings together that can handle those requirements. So this pot here, which is violets, some frog fruit, some sedges, and some pennyroyal, can handle a little bit more moisture, and they all handle the same amount of soil. Whereas this pot over here, which are some sedums and some stonecrop, and I've got a lovely black dahlia in here, this can handle a drier condition and can take the full sun and wouldn't need to be watered quite as much. The plant here in the middle is just a fun mishmash of seeds that I put in the ground with a couple of perennials and mainly annuals, and I just like to have it as a surprise to see what comes up every year. I do like my pots to have color and flowers all year round, so think about that too. Look at the bloom times and combine plants that would give you some visual interest all year round. I like to challenge myself and put in some woodies. So again, the black dahlia, which can be quite a woody shrub and a long living shrub, is sort of the base for this pot year after year after year. Whereas in this pot, I have a big old sugar and aqua tree that I'm going to kind of bonsai in this smaller pot. And as long as I keep it trimmed year after year, it's just a curious experiment to see how it goes, and it's a fun addition and a good focal for that pot. So one of the things that I would also recommend for fun is you can start off with good garden soil. You're not going to use probably the same soil you would put in the garden. You're going to have something that is suitable for a pot that has good drainage. But again, pay attention to what the soil requirement needs are for the plant specifically. You're not going to spend a lot of money or a lot of time on these plots, and it's a fun way to experiment and see what works.